Welcome back to Under the Cedars. Uh, we're here for episode 2 now. We've gotten a few updates in. It's been a long day. It's hot out here. As you can see, I didn't even get a chance to shower before the video, but want to make sure that I was on time to give you guys episode 2. So follow me and we'll go over some of the details. So we picked our exterior color. It's a dark sage green from Sherwin-Williams. You can see some of the contrast now. We still haven't done the stain on the cedar, but you can start to see the difference in the colors. I think it's gonna look good once it's all said and done. We also got our framing for our large window. It wasn't supposed to be this far inset, but we figured out how to make it work with an additional piece of hardy trim here on the side. So we made it into a little skirt here on this bottom part so that it still has a slope and it's graded a little bit lower so that we don't have any water intrusion. We also were able to trim our door. I think that was on the list of things to do during the last episode. So we got that done as well. As you can see, now it opens and closes nicely. We're able to retrim all of it. And so that's all said and done. I still have not figured out what we're gonna do with this small ledge here. That's something that will have to be figured out probably as soon as tomorrow. We got the other small section of our guardrail here done as well. Um, check out the inside. Watch your step here. So again, it's a mess. We literally just wrapped up maybe about 15 minutes ago. Um, you have tools and material all over the site because we'll be here early tomorrow morning as well. But you can start to see some of the ceilings. They have been stained. We were able to trim the windows as well. So that's a red oak trim all around the window. We were able to get some 4x8 sheets and we literally just ripped them to 9 inches here for this section. We went ahead and trimmed the window trim as well. Sorry, we went ahead and did the window trim as well in the same material in a 1x2. We've stained this side of the ceiling finally. We've closed some of the gaps in the ceiling. We've got our kitchen done. We just took off all the plastic. And I almost forgot, we have our inset red oak kitchen cabinets in now. Really nice. We'll have our small fridge over here. We're gonna have our countertop that extends over about 10 to 12 inches and have some stools on this side. We have our floating cabinets or floating shelves there. I'm thinking that we're gonna do those in a different stain also. I think it'll look a lot nicer, like in a light white oak, something that will probably match the floor. So that's what we're thinking there. And we might need some light on this one, so we'll come back to the restroom. But the bedroom, we have the doors in also. The bedroom is done as far as the ceiling and the paint goes. That wasn't done before. We have those doors on order, and that's just a access to the water heater, some of the gas lines, the electrical panel, and things of that sort. The utilities, basically. But it's almost there. It's almost there. I cannot wait to get the paper off the floor. That'll be the next biggest thing. And once you start to do that, it really starts to come alive. Stay tuned. We're going to get a light on and check out the restroom. So we're in the restroom now. It's a little small in here, but we have the cabinet in. We have the travertine tile that we talked about last time. We ended up doing a chevron style pattern on the floor. And we did our marble on the walls. And of course, we have the same style cabinet. We were going to do a complete just floating style cabinet here, but we decided to make it a little bit deeper, which ends up having just a little bit more storage space and stuff like that. So take a look inside and you'll see the marble. We did a pebbles here on the floor. And again, the travertine for the bathroom floor. Oh, the window there is pretty neat as well, if you could grab a shot of that. Next up is going to be our countertops. So we have marble going on here in the kitchen as well as the restroom. That is scheduled for the day after tomorrow. As soon as the countertops are done, around 11 a.m. or so, the plumber will come in and trim out, which means the sink will be going in, the kitchen faucet, the restroom faucet, the toilet, and the shower faucet. So that's his trim out. That'll be, and then in 2 days, the electrician will be coming in and doing all his trim out as well, which means outlets, switches, and finally the electrical fixtures, which will really change the look of the place. Once that is done, our flooring guy will come in. He'll come in and sand everything, make a big mess, but we'll get that cleaned up. He'll throw on one coat, another coat, let it dry, and then the following day he'll throw on a third or maybe even a fourth coat as well. We'll come back in here, clean everything. We'll have to retouch up all the paint that the countertops might scuff, that the electrician might scuff, that the plumber might scuff. We'll touch all those things up, last minute details, and then we'll have our cleaners in here. And hopefully, with some luck, we'll be done in about a week or so. All right, so this is a continuation of episode 2. We're going to discuss a little bit of the finish out, some of the decisions that we're trying to make right now. Again, our deadline, we're trying to meet this deadline, self-imposed deadline of about 10 days. And so we have a lot of selections to make. We have a lot of things to order, starting with the exterior. I am just trying to decide what color to use on the deck, on the actual floor of the deck. I'm thinking a dark brown, something that will look good with the dark green, the light brown cedar trim, but that doesn't look exactly the same as the trim. So I'm thinking a dark brown for this finish. If not that, then we'll do the same color as what we're doing the cedar trim, but I'm waiting to get the clear coat on for the cedar trim because it still changes the tones a little bit. So once I have that, I'll take a good picture and we'll be able to look at samples and do different tests on the deck and see what we decide there. Going with the dark brown will also match the door, which is white right now, or like this off white. But that's kind of why I don't want to introduce a fourth color. So if we do the door in a dark brown and we do the deck in a dark brown, I think that's the look that we'll go with. We already have the black window steel frame here. Of course, this hardy that we just put in will be the dark green as well. So that might be what we end up going with for the floor here. Some more selections in here. So again, as you can see, the floor has been installed, right? It's a bare oak color now. We're thinking that we're gonna do a whitewash for this flooring here. And we're gonna do a whitewash for the cabinets as well. It'll get rid of some of the red undertone that you can see very well. I don't know what the lighting is like, but you can definitely see the red undertone and the red oak here. We would have liked to do white oak, but it wasn't available in some of these, and also it costs a lot more. And the lead time was just a bit longer as well. But we'll be able to make this work, and we'll just do a white wash finish is what I'm thinking right now. Since we're here in the kitchen, we'll go ahead and talk about some of the other finish items here. For example, the countertop. I'm thinking white marble, something that has maybe a hint of taupe or brown in it. Some brown veins or some off-white veins would look nice in here. For this light fixture that's going here, I'm thinking a simple track light. Something that we can point a light towards the sink, maybe another light over here towards the stove, and then maybe something pointed over here to these shelves. I think we have another circular light here. I think it's a 6-inch one, but I'll have to refer back to the pre-sealing or the rough-in photos to figure that one out. I'm not sure. We did decide that we're going to do a pretty large chandelier for that light fixture there. And so the reason that one is off center is because it actually ends up being dead center on the window right now where you guys are seeing us through. So that's going to come down maybe about a height to where it's about 8 feet high, which is about where my fingers are here. And the cool thing that I'm excited for that about is that once you're out on the deck or once you're driving in, you'll be able to see that large chandelier dead center in this huge window that we have going on. So that one should be looking, that should look pretty neat. Finishing items, what else? Faucet. I don't know if we're going with the black or like a champagne bronze. I'm leaning towards champagne bronze just because I think that it will match well with the off-white walls that we're doing, this kind of real natural, neutral tones of the house, of the A-frame. I think those will look good. But we also have to consider the handles for the cabinets. We have to consider the door handles for the door and things of that nature. So it's all those small details that we still have to make decisions on. Here in the ceiling for the hallway, we're just going to use a small 6-inch can. Basically, it's a can light. It's called a remodel light, but it's a can light basically. And so we got a couple of those going there. We have some neat sconce lights going on each side of the window on that side of the A-frame. And then we have a real nice, I'm thinking what we'll do is a sconce light here with a pivot arm. I'm not sure on that yet. The reason that I'm debating that is because it's going to look a little off. But the purpose of this small nook here above the kitchen is that it's supposed to be a reading area. It turned out a little bit smaller than what we would have liked. I'm not sure how it's going to look once the rail is up. But depending on that, we'll put a small sconce light on the wall that has a small arm where it's adjustable, which will be perfect for reading. If it ends up being too small for a reading nook area, then we'll have to figure something else out. Finishes. The floor. Wait, I talked about that. We want a white oak finish. The walls, of course, are done. Window frames, window trims. So this casement here or the trim around the window here, I ended up not doing it the same stain as the ceilings. I think this is a much, much nicer species of wood. And I want to highlight some of the veins that you see here, some of the characteristics of the wood. So I'm thinking it's going to be some sort of, there's a color called white ash also, which is a very slight, I think it's just, again, going to get rid of some of the red tone that it has. It's a very nice finish. It's a multi-step process. It's kind of a pain in the ass. But I think the end product will look really nice. So that's what we will probably go with on these windows here. Finishes. What else? The outlets, we're going to have outlets that have the small connections for the USB and USB-C. Those are pretty neat. You don't have to, chase your kids around and see who's the last one that got the block for the charger. Of course, we have our TV going here. We did order that on Amazon Prime Day. So we have that in storage. What else? The speakers? The speakers, yes. We have the speakers. Those are here, not installed yet. Oh, we did get the receiver. The receiver's in from Amazon, as well as the mounting bracket. It's a lot bigger than I thought. It's actually going right behind this wall here. I'm gonna have to cut an access panel here. I had not thought about that access panel, so that has to happen tomorrow as well. I ordered a small coffee table that's pretty neat. It folds up and over to work as a desktop. That will be pretty neat to be able to work here from the couch area and watch TV at the same time. I think that's it for finishes. So next time, or on the next episode, you'll be able to see all those finishes in progress.